Well, I don't give a shit. Because if people don't like me because of the way I talk or think, but that's their business. See what I'm saying? That's their business. Like, it's your business. I ain't mad at you if you don't like me. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know, it's your business. It's not my business. The question is why do people care? Well, I'll tell you why. Because they need your validation. They want you to like me because they don't like themselves. So they're looking for everybody else to validate their value. Am I cool? Am I good? You like me?
Did I make it?
Am I right? Huh? You know, I don't do that.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, fuck everybody, just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, fuck everybody, just do your thing.
It's 3 places that you can stay for absolutely free. 3 of them. You ain't got to pay a doggone thing. Hear me. Understand that you can stay out my face for free. You can stay out my business for free. And you can stay out my way for free. Those things won't cost you a doggone thing. 3 places you can stay for absolutely free. Thank you.
Andrea, aka Bullhorn Betty here. Look what I found. It looks like a lot of people on YouTube. Right here. Right here. This is a real ass right here. Like many people on YouTube. All you need to do is show an asshole a little love. Right? Right? Tell him. What you need to do? What you need to do? Huh? What you need to do? Oh, too many assholes on YouTube. Say it. Say it with me, baby. Say there's just too many people. Too many people on YouTube that look like you, huh?
Baby, let me tell you something. I'm not clearing nothing up. Feel how you want to feel about me and stand on it. Period.
I don't know who need to hear this, but let me put this out here. Stop Stop sparing folks. Hello, somebody. Stop sparing folks. Nobody cared when your feelings was hurt. Nobody cared when you was pacing the floor. Nobody cared when you was sliding down the wall. Nobody cared when you was standing over there with a face full of tears. You had to suck it up, buttercup. But then when it come to other folk feelings, here you are. Want to tiptoe around it. Want to avoid the elephant in the room. I don't want to upset anybody. I don't want to disturb the peace. Stop sparing folk. Ain't nobody spare you when it was your turn. Give it to them real. Give it to them raw. Give it to them uncut and uncensored. This is exactly what it is. This where you had me messed up at. Huh. Yeah. I ain't playing with nobody this season, baby.
The day I met Bullhorn Betty and Jonathan Lee Ridges, they were protesting in front of the Laundries home. I began to document them, and little did I know, the three of us would spend the next few months traveling together. Nothing scares us. Even if it means crossing a freezing cold river and getting wet, we put our lives in danger because we want to find answers. It gives us purpose. Even if it means going undercover to get those answers, or visiting the scene of a crime and paying our respects. Searching for the truth isn't easy. It gets you out of your comfort zone and makes you see things in a different perspective. And it's this perspective that we want the world to see. At the end of the day, we fight for justice. We fight for those who don't have a voice. We fight for those who were silenced. Our next case, we search for Paula Miranda. She was last seen swimming in this river. Here's our Paula's family. Found 2 footprints they believe belonged to her. She left her phone and keys in her car. Her sister tells us that's extremely unusual for her to do that. Stay tuned as we venture deep into Wekiwa Springs State Park to help find her.
It's 3 places that you can stay for absolutely free. 3 of them. You ain't got to play a doggone thing. Hear me. Understand that you can stay out my face for free. You can stay out my business for free. And you can stay out my way for free. Those things.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Holy moly! What is Bullhorn Betty doing up at this time of the night? What is she doing up? Right? Well, it's because I can't freaking sleep. I keep thinking about this child. You know, Quentin Simon. And I'm thinking about Michael Monkey Vaughn, to be honest with you. Right? I'm having a hard time right now. I cannot sleep because I know Michael Monkey Vaughn's family can't sleep. How the hell am I supposed to sleep tonight? Knowing that a victim of a heinous crime is sitting home alone tonight with their feelings. I just want to let them know they're not alone. Right? It's 12:30. I don't even know. 11:30, 12:30, whatever time it is. I'm never up this time of day or night. I'm not a night owl. I'm not a turtle, so to speak. I mean, I support the turtles and everything, and they support us. But at the end of the day, we are the coffee club. We are the early risers. We are the ones that get all this stuff kicked off, you know, every day in the true crime world here on YouTube. That is what the Bullhorn Betty channel does. That's what the coffee club does. But I can't sleep. I couldn't eat dinner tonight. I couldn't do shit tonight. You know what I did? I had a couple of glasses of wine and I thought that would relax me. I can go into my bed. I can lay down on a pillow and I can go to sleep. If I just had a couple glasses tonight, that's where I'd be. That's what I'm going to be doing, right? That's it. A couple glasses of wine, go to bed. Because I mean, at the end of the day, we are just media. We are just the people that bring you the news at the end of the day, right? That's all we are. We have no feelings. We have no opinions. We're not supposed to have shit, right? We're supposed to bring you the news, whatever they tell us to shovel down your throat. That's what we're supposed to do. I can't do that tonight. I really can't. You name me one time I have been up at 12:30 at night coming live to you. Name one. Name one time that I have come to you at 12:30 at night. Maybe there's one. Maybe there's one last year when I thought it was funny to, like, nowadays, I know what I'm coming up against. When I tell somebody to go F off, I really mean them to go F off, right? I've tried to go to bed several times tonight. I really have. I've tried to, have drinks, cocktails, alcohol. Tried everything I can to go to bed tonight. Of all nights tonight, right? Tonight's the night that I need to sleep. Tonight. What's the news? What happened? They got heavy equipment going into a neighbor's yard for the Michael Monkey Vaughn case. I keep trying to think that, I want something better. I want a better outcome. I want something for this little boy. I want something. I want to know that the tractor trailers that have his face on them is going to do something to help him, to bring him home. Just want something. Some validation. Something that says, we did it right. We're going to help this child. This child is the one that's going to come home and come home safe. And just a lot of things going through the cranium at this moment. When have I ever come to you guys at 12:30 at night? When have I ever come to you guys at 12:30 at night while drinking wine? Like, never. Never, ever, ever. Sometimes the pressure we put on these cases sometimes put pressure on us. This is the pressure on Bullhorn Betty. All I can say is I believed in Brandy. When she didn't think anybody else was in her corner, at the end of the day, her case was the one that I knew was not her, was not the family, was not somebody in and around the family. It was the one case that I knew, 50 or 60 days into the Summer Wells case, that just wasn't the same. I mean, if it really was the same as Summer Wells or any other case that I cover, it would have been one that I covered thoroughly on this channel. And if you check Michael Monkey Vaughn, you probably see over the last year, maybe 4
or 5 videos designated to him. And those videos designated to him was just to get his photo and his video out there. It wasn't because I thought the family had ever had anything to do with it. There were times when I wavered on that, because of statistics. The statistical anomalies of a parent or parental abduction are so much higher than a stranger danger thing. And I tell you, if it wasn't for J.D. Huff, it wasn't for the police chief, J.D. Huff, telling us that this child was most likely abducted and that the parents weren't the focus of this investigation, I would probably be with a lot of the other people when it comes to Brandy or Tyler. Shortly before this case happened and was exposed to the world, I had an experience with a very innocent man. An innocent man that when I talked to for the first time seemed very innocent. Despite his looks, despite his creed, despite everything, when I spoke to him, I believed him. And then throughout the day, his behavior became very strange. It was a lot of red flags coming from him. And it was because he was the last person that saw his roommate. He was missing teeth. He was a drug addict. He was a guy that rode a motorcycle. He was a hard man that probably has beaten up a few people in his days. You know what I'm saying? So throughout the day, I watched his behavior change. From the time I met with him out in the front parking lot and talked to him, many of you guys know my background. I have a lot of bikers in my past. I have a lot of bikers in my here and now and in my future. Because at the end of the day, oh shit, sorry, my thing went. At the end of the day, those bikers protect me. I have nothing against bikers whatsoever. Nothing. I believe that bikers, even as mean as they can be, love children and let you freaking F with a child. There are some bikers that I know that are willing to go to jail for that. I myself, if I saw something going on with a child, would put myself in legal jeopardy to make sure that child's okay. Seriously, like I would put my hands on someone if I thought a child was being assaulted. I would do that. I would do that. I'm telling my audience right now, I would go to jail for that. Many people bring up my past about how I put my hands on this guy or that guy. If you ever looked at any of those guys' past, you would understand that I was most likely protecting myself as opposed to the other way around, because they're very big guys with very big past. And I'm still friends with most of them because that's just my personality. I don't disparage people typically. I mean, on YouTube, it's kind of hard when somebody's disparaging you not to come out and say something. That's why I did the whole one and done thing, right? Is so I can have my say and be one and done. Like I say my piece and I move on. I don't hammer. I don't beat up. I don't, do things that other people do to other people. I don't do that. I don't engage in that. I'm a human being. I do have feelings. And there are some things that just get to me. One thing that gets to me is you putting your hands on a child. I will never, ever understand that in a million years. I'm a woman that can't have children. I've tried for many years. I've been married for over a decade. We tried for many years.
I did get pregnant one time, but it was ectopic and it wasn't even in my fallopian tubes. It floated around in my body. Like they didn't know where it was. It it was to the point that I had no choice but to terminate that pregnancy because it could have killed me. And I remember crying and just wanting them to find the child and just try to attach it to me, right? Because us as women that can't have children, any semblance of hope of having a child, we want to embrace that. And I remember crying and crying and crying because I couldn't conceive. I couldn't conceive after being married for 10 freaking years. These children matter to me. This is not a payday for me. This is not clicks and views for me. Um, if money comes in for the cause, I will utilize every penny for the cause. But I have to be honest with you, a lot of this hurts me. Knowing that a parent can hurt their child, I will never understand that. I don't think I ever could because as nasty as my dad was, he never hurt us. Like I watched my mom go through a lot of really bad times in her life. And as horrific as that was as a child to witness and watch, it was my mom. It was not us. The first time my father ever laid his hands on me was when I was 15 or 16 years old, and I was old enough to defend myself, and believe me, I did. When I was done with my father, he had a few broke ribs. That man never laid his hands on me again. When I was 15 years old, I was in love with a man, boy, right? You think he's a man because you're 16 years old and you think the whole world's ahead of you. He almost killed me with a knife to my neck. These are things that my haters will never tell you that I have witnessed or gone through. I was touched by my grandfather. I was brutally raped at the age of 20. They still have never found the person that did that. Still an open investigation in the city of Bradenton. People have tried to research the stuff I've said. I've never lied to you guys. Never, not once, about my past, about what I've been arrested for, about what I fought for, what I've been found not guilty for. I've never lied to my audience. Ever. People have tried to tear me apart because of my past. My past is not good. My past is not good. I've been arrested multiple times. 42 times? No, not even close. They're taking a court record and turning it into an arrest record, but I was not arrested all those times. Have I been arrested a lot? Yes, I have. When I was younger, I was beaten severely. I'm talking about 15 or 16 years old. I had a knife stuck up to my throat. I almost died. I still could not put that man in jail. I was 15 years old. My father, now remember, this is the man that abused my mother, never abused my mother like that. And when he saw the impression of a knife next to my neck, he put that man in jail because I could not. I wasn't even 16 years old when that happened. I keep looking at all these children that we cover. Day in and day out, we cover some really despicable cases, horrible cases. And I just keep thinking to myself about how my childhood effed my life up. It took me a really long time to recover. It took a lot of drugs. It took a lot of horrible things to happen to me to get me here. And my life has never come close to the life some of these kids that I cover have gone through. I never had black eyes. I never had broken teeth or a blackened nose or scars on my body from my mother or my father. I never had that. My situation was much opposite. Like our house was so screwed up that my mom made everybody believe that we were the perfect family. And I kind of think that's what was going on in Leilani and Billy Joe's house. If they just had the impression, bought the nice house, had the RV, if they just had this facade that life was beautiful for them, that they didn't have to let the world know how destructive and horrible that household was. I can tell you, until I was 15 years old, my father never laid a hand on me. Not one time. I remember him pulling his hand back, ready to punch my mother in her face. And because I was there, he could not do it, because he could not let his daughter see him do that to a woman. Despite how broken my father was, he broke the cycle for me and my sister. No matter how much pain he brought into our family, he always took care of us. He may have bought the pain with money and everything else like that. But you know what? He didn't try to kill us. He loved us. I am my dad's frickin' seed. And I had to leave my dad in my past in order to survive and make it to my future. That was one of the hardest decisions I have ever made in my entire life. Ever. And why haters may want to disparage me, they may want to bring up everything I have done from my teenage years to my adult years, I can guarantee you that all they have and all they will ever possess is my past. My future is mine. That is the one thing that Bullhorn Betty possesses more than anything, is my future. I know the path I've walked. I know what I've gone through, and I know I can help somebody. And I will always do that. I will always put my best foot forward. Am I perfect? Of course not. Did I pray a lot while I was in Savannah, Georgia? Are you kidding me? Of course I did. I said some of the worst things that a human being can possibly say out of their mouth, but it wasn't directed toward any specific person other than Leilani. I asked her how she felt knowing her son had maggots eating him up. I asked Leilani, how does she feel knowing that her son has a ton of garbage on his head? She didn't even have a tear in her eye. Would you know that I cried asking those questions? I sat outside that house and begged for Billy Joe to realize her daughter is not worth saving, but her grandson is worth stepping up to the plate for. And she didn't. Instead, she decided to cut up fish and put manure where we were at. That was her answer to that. Quentin Simon means something to me. Just like Summer Wells, just like Gabby Petito, just like Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner. Every one of these cases have been ultra personal to me. The one thing I never had to deal with any of those cases is a law enforcement agency that would rather lock me up than the person that perpetrated these crimes on a child. Am I going back to Chatham County? Yes. And I expect to be arrested doing my job. And I just want everyone to know that regardless of what they say or hear, no, I do not break the law. But yes, I do expect to go to jail when I go back. Because I believe in my rights. Did I expect this to be a political thing? Of course not. I went into that town looking for a 20-month-old child. Within a few days, I found out the mom did it. Within a few days after that, I felt conned and abused by somebody I trusted that told me to trust the process. And that same person tried to destroy me personally and physically. And for that, I'm sorry. Because at the end of the day, I just wanted answers for this little boy. And I was willing to do whatever it took to get those answers. I did not know it was going to lead me in personal, physical jeopardy or jeopardy that I was going to be arrested, but I'm willing to take that risk. I'm really willing to take that risk. I went out tonight. I did. I had a few glasses of wine here. I decided to go up to the Anna Maria Oyster Bar and have some dinner by myself. Have a cocktail by myself, because at the end of the day, people know who I am in this town. But at the end of the day, people don't know me in this town. I work very hard because I think some anonymity is appropriate for the work that I do. However, tonight I went out. And when I explain what's going on, I can tell you people are on my side. I don't know how to take this, or if this is the real Anissa that comes in here and, dogs me, that used to be my friend. I don't know if this is you. But if this is you, Anissa, all I've got to say is that you could have just done the timeout. You didn't have to destroy our friendship over it. Because at the end of the day, Anissa, what you did was break my heart. You broke my heart. Everything you said you would never, ever, ever do to me, you did. So again, I don't know if this is the same Anissa, but if it is, at the end of the day, I've got to forgive you. I have to forgive you for what you did to me. I would love for you to express what I have done to you, because I guarantee whatever I've done to you, when you look at things, it should have probably been nothing you were involved in to begin with. You overstepped. I had every right to do what I did. And I still kept you as a mod the entire time. Meanwhile, you were behind my back stabbing me in it. That's something you will have to live with. That's something White Rabbit will have to live with. Because while I was just giving us space to just calm down and recollect and get over it, you guys took it to a whole new level. And I'm a loyal person. That means once you have me in your corner, I will always be in your corner until you hurt me or stab me in the back. And you know damn well both of you guys did that. And from this point forward, you will never, ever be a part of the greatness that our show and our channel will do. Ever. You wanted the greatness. And you left before the growth was done. And then you dogged me for it. That's only something you yourself is going to have to answer to for a really long time to come. Because you broke my heart. And if you know anything about me, I do not like pain. And once I feel that pain, I'm done. I'm done. There's only a few people in this world that can cause me serious pain. And I still stand by their side and act like nothing's wrong. Literally, I would say probably 4 people in my life. And that's my mother. That's Olivia's mom. That's Olivia. And that's JLR. And at the end of the day, I may not see them every day. I may not talk to them every day. Hell, they may be the most pissed off people at me at any given time, and it doesn't matter. In their time of need, I would literally drop everything. I will cuss them a fool one day and literally drop everything the next day for them. You guys never hear our team ever come forward with any argument, any complaint, anything, ever. When have you ever heard JLR come against me or me come against JLR? Or me and Olivia come against each other? You will never hear that. Do we have disagreements? You are damn right we do. But we are a team. We love each other. We're friends. We cover each other's six. We always, always, always. Nobody has seen me with JLR in what, months? 6, 7, 8 months? I don't even know what the hell he's doing. But he's my friend. And I know whatever he's doing, it's for the right purpose. And I support it. Even when I question, like, why are you doing this? I know it's for a purpose. And I support my friends. And whether I see him every day, every month, every year, it doesn't matter. If you guys have not subbed up to JLR, as Jonathan Lee Riches investigates, I would recommend that you do. Because before it was Bullhorn Betty, before it was Chronicles of Olivia, before it was us going out in front of Brian Laundrie's house and protesting, it was Jonathan. It was Jonathan Lee Riches. At the end of the day, it was my friend. It was my friend. And sometimes I get absolutely furious with my friends because I don't agree with what they're doing, or I don't agree with this or agree with that, but it doesn't matter. I support every single thing they do because I know they're doing it for the right reasons. Everything. If I need to be blamed for everything that Jonathan or Olivia or Dolly or Marissa or Justice or even Mallory does. I'll take it. If I need to be cussed and put out to be the worst person in the world, I will take it. Because at the end of the day, this is what we're fighting for. This is what we're fighting for. This is why we're out there. And there's not one person that can take away what our team does. There's not one thing. You want to tell me I'm the worst person in the world? Okay. I'll take being the worst person in the world. I will take being the most horrific person in the world. I will take, I'm the most dangerous person on YouTube. I will take whatever the haters have to say about me or do to me or concoct against me or, try to attack our subscribers and stuff like that, which I have reached out to YouTube about, by the way, because this little voice is a pretty big voice. I've taken people to court over the stuff that goes on here. I promised you guys when I came here and I saw what was going on in YouTube, I told you, I gave you my word that I would help clean this mess up. I promised you, I gave you my word that I would help clean the streets of YouTube up. I'm a legal professional. I've worked a lot in these type of cases. I understand the elements that go into this because I am a paralegal. Therefore, I've done the work of the attorney. Like, we are the people that send the attorney to court to argue these cases. But at the end of the day, it is the paralegal, i.e., people like me, that send him to court with all the information he needs to successfully argue the case. An attorney does not do that by himself. It's people like me that make sure when he goes to court, he wins. I was a discovery paralegal. I went to school. Constance Sue has something to say, right? I'm giving her a plug right now because she's actually gone out. As much as this woman has hated me, she is actually investigating everything I have said, and I'm sure she is fit to be tied, to have to literally eat, because I have been saying since last year, these allegations against me are false. And so we hear that horrible cabbage lady with the horrible feet that's in love with BK and Dolly Vision. Let's be honest, because no woman goes out of their way to make some man's life hell unless she's absolutely, utterly, involved with that man. So apparently she's got a thing with Dolly Vision. I don't go and pull people's pigtails unless there's something there, right? Let's be honest. Right? But she's sitting there trying to say that all this, that, and the other. No, it didn't. It didn't happen. The people she pulled out there, that was disgusting. We are fighting for a 20-month-old child. And let me tell you, Savage, we could have used you on our side. That little boy deserved you on his side. I don't care whether I like you or don't like you. When it comes to these cases, I will work with anyone to get to the bottom of it, to help a case. Literally anybody. because I really don't care about my feelings, my pettiness, my this, that, or the other. When it comes to these cases, when it comes to a child like this, I don't care who I need to work with to get results. If I had to sell my soul to the devil to save this child, I would do just that. I really would. I guarantee you there are a lot of people in this chat right now that would be willing to meet their maker to save this beautiful child. I happen to be one of them. But I also know that this child's gone. I believe the very first statement Billy Joe pushed out was the most truthful statement because she didn't have time to think about it. Her grandson was thrown away like garbage. He's out in the landfill, and her daughter did it. That was the most truthful statement that woman stated. When we turned that onto her and said this child should have never been in your child's custody, your daughter's custody, this child should have never been there. Why would you leave this child there? You have already motioned to the court about the abuse that she has perpetrated upon these children, about the drugs that she has done in front of these children, how she is an unfit mother. And you left these children with that same woman you begged the courts to remove these children from. And now one child is dead and his final freaking resting place is a fucking landfill. And you want Bullhorn Betty to be nice to you? I don't care how much fear you had of me coming into the town. Your best option was to come out to me and address me and answer every freaking question I had. Because by you not and me sitting out in your freaking front lawn for weeks, not one missing person flyer, not one fucking banner, not one fucking toy in that memorial. Not one. The only person that came out and put anything on that memorial was Michael. And what a piece of shit he turned out to be. And while he's protecting your ass, he's leaving his family and his child home alone. His only focus should be his family, not yours. So when you ask me to trust this person or that person, I can't even trust Michael. He was the one person that I thought was salvageable after all this. He came up to me and said, whatever you can give me to prove one way or another, I just want to find answers for my nephew. And we gave him more than he could have asked for. And he is still protecting his family. He could have packed up and went home to his children and his wife and said, you know what? I pray for my family. I love my family. I wish the best for my family. But no, he's right in that house, right along with him. Don't tell me he is not doing drugs, because I don't know any family member that's going to be in anybody's house watching them do drugs and not partake. So there's more going on there than many people want to acknowledge. I'm not going to give that man a free pass. I will not. You know, Billy Joe has had every opportunity to speak to me. And she would rather assault me than speak to me. If she's not guilty, many not guilty families have come out to speak to me despite my reputation, just to clear their name. Not one of them has come out to have Bullhorn Betty clear their name, because you know when I come in and I say this is that and that is this, you know damn well what I'm saying is true. I don't mince my words. I don't coddle. I'm willing to go to jail against a corrupt police officer and police chief. I mean, for the love of God, what do you expect from me? What does this entire YouTube universe expect from Bullhorn Betty? I go there, I study information, I look for firsthand relevant information to base my decision on. And when I say I'm going off on a family, I'm going off on the family for good cause. I don't need these hate channels to validate my frustration, my anger, or the end result. I am not the police chief. I am not the court. I am not a juror. I am an investigative journalist that happens to run a channel on YouTube. I am not a YouTuber. That means every piece of information I could wield or use against another YouTuber, I don't engage in that practice. However, you step on my toes too much, trust me, I will fight you in silence. But believe me, there is shit going on behind the scenes. I have warned you about this. And you still want to act like it's a fucking joke until you are brought into the mix and you have to answer for your wrongdoing. And then you want to cry and say, Bullhorn Betty, Bullhorn Betty. No. Nobody has sympathy for you because they watched what you put me through for over a year. I haven't been in trouble in over a decade. And you would think I'm robbing freaking grandma yesterday. Meanwhile, you have these crackheads out there that doesn't even know this boy's name, causing a whole lot of problems. And all you wanted to do was see Dolly go to jail. Well, you got that. But what you do not have is his integrity. What you will never have is that man's respect. What you will never, ever, ever have is his time. Many people call me number 32. Right? You heard that? I'm number 32. This notch under the belt, this something that doesn't matter. He is my friend. I am his friend. He has my utmost loyalty. That is something that these haters will never understand, never comprehend, or never have. I don't care what kind of petty ass fight me and Dolly will ever get into throughout the course of our friendship, but I can guarantee you he has my loyalty. I know that this man is out here for the good. It takes money to do that good. I will never, ever, you will never hear me say anything, even about the horrible haters on this channel, about this monetary thing, because we all have that ability. The difference is they're getting AdSense, we're getting donations. That means people believe in the work that we're doing. I was out there in Fruitland, Idaho. Brandy was seeking somebody to just believe her. You're talking about Bullhorn Betty that studies statistics, that knows 95% of the time it's a family or somebody close. But this woman needed help. She needed somebody to believe in her. She was terrified of meeting me, but she was a mom that wanted any answer she could find for her kid. And if that means facing the lion's den to get it, she was willing to do. I do not have the best reputation on YouTube. I'm controversial. People like me sometimes, don't like me other times. That's okay. But I have never wavered from who I am or what I do or how I do it. I've never asked permission to do it. Brandy needed help. She was not guilty of this crime. I didn't feel her husband or her boyfriend was guilty of this crime. Did I have doubt? I never got to speak to him. Of course I had doubt. I am pretty sure if I had an opportunity to speak to him and ask him some questions, I'm pretty sure I would have saw right away the nervousness as opposed to deception. I didn't get that opportunity. But I know this woman wanted help. And she was willing to go out and look for her son right along with me, right along my side. I went out there, I got information from her neighbors, primarily about the day that her son was gone. And they gave us a very stark picture of what happened, how emotional this was for not only her, but her husband. But nobody wanted to believe them. Nobody. Because statistically speaking, it's somebody that you know. Statistically speaking, it's Leilani. Typically speaking, we're dealing with Leilani. But in this case with Michael Monkey Vaughn, it truly was stranger danger. And not only that, but law enforcement dotted their I's and crossed their T's before they ever even brought the stranger danger up. 214 days, I believe. I don't want that name, Dave. 1967, I know you're responding to somebody else, but we do not promote hate channels on this channel. I'm not going to have anybody block you or anything like that, but let's just keep it real. We do not support any hate channels on this. You do not have the ability to dog another channel. I mean, you guys can dog BK. That's literally the only one that I'll let you guys slide with. But literally nobody else you guys can talk about or trash in this channel. Because the only person that's allowed to trash anybody on this channel is me, and I earned it. I literally earned every trash talking about any piece of garbage on the YouTube streets. I have earned it. How have I earned it? Because there are literally 15 websites devoted to me. There are literally probably 200 channels on YouTube devoted specifically to me. If this does not show you my validation as a huge contender on YouTube, I don't know what to tell you. I am Jimmy's brother. Sorry. What? Sorry, Betty. I am Jimmy's brother. Sorry. If you're Jimmy's brother, you have literally nothing to be sorry about. As a matter of fact, I'm actually sorry that you have to go through the shenanigans you have to go through for being Jimmy's brother. If you're not a troll. I just want to tell you, I love you, your family. I'm your family. I'm your distance family now. So if you really are Jimmy's brother, I am your sister / cousin / whatever the hell makes sense without being completely disgusting and gross. Just saying. I went out tonight. All right. So what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do because I love you guys. I'm going to go to the bathroom. And let me put this up. I'm going to play a song for you you guys don't want to, why is it only show? It's not even showing me freaking songs. Hold on, guys. So I'm gonna play a song for you guys, and I'm gonna use the little girls' room. Okay, here's the search. Okay, I found it. Okay, so Retribution. I don't even know if I'm spelling it right. There it is. So I'm gonna play this song for you guys, okay? I gotta use the restroom, and then I'll be back because I am raw. So, like, we have 1,000 people in this room. Like, you better be giving this a thumbs up because I could have done this members only, and I could have definitely done this subscriber only for 5 hours, 24 hours, or whatever. And I'm giving you guys the opportunity to listen and to participate. So I expect every single 961, which is a small number for this channel, to like this video. And you guys are going to, every song I ever play on this channel, you will find that it has meaning behind it. No different than the song I'm about to play. But again, I am going to, let me stop this. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play it now. But again, here it is. And it's 2 minutes and 24 seconds. Don't ever tell me these children weren't abused. Don't ever tell me these children weren't abused. I've got literally photo after photo of these children, not just one child, but 2 child. I can't find the one on Sky. I want retribution. I want retribution. Sorry, guys. I don't know what to do with my feelings other than music.
So instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, speaking fast, I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness, hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior, inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior, get off of me, this ain't no humble brag, I want you to hear words, you could say them back, I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and
I was listening to that. We had 2 songs back to back, and I know you guys don't care for 2 songs back to back because you care about the people that are talking about the victims. And this is no different. I have wine here that's been sitting out since the last time we came live. I think it was at like 6 or 7 o'clock tonight, and I have not drank a glass of wine since. But in all fairness, and with transparency, which means I'm going to be clipped over this because people just clip because they're assholes. I did go out. I went out to a seafood restaurant and I had 1 drink and kaboom shrimp. My bill was literally under $20, like literally under $20, right? And I came home. I have literally been on the road for almost 90 days. I lay in bed, you know, I try to recuperate. I try to, but I don't really leave. Like tonight was the night that I left, and I actually went up to a local bar, like right down the road. And I saw friends I haven't seen in years. They didn't even recognize me. Didn't know who I was. Didn't recognize me. I recognized them. They didn't recognize me. And I was okay with that. Because everywhere I freaking go, everybody knows me. And here in my own damn town, nobody knows who I am. Nobody. That is awesome. Are you kidding me? Like, I haven't even been trying to get attention with the political shit. Like, I'm like trying to stay in my own lane over here. I'm so sick of the attention here in the county because I blew this county up in my political days. And I just want kind of some peace and mind. Does anybody understand that? Just wanting some peace and mind. Like, I don't want anybody knowing who I am, where I've gone. You know, I was even talking to a gentleman. His name was Tyler. Nice guy. Really, really nice guy. Seems like he's got his shit together. He's got children himself. I wasn't talking to him in any respect of like, you know, whatever. You know, I wasn't talking. It just, you know, adults. We're not 20 years old, okay? We got our hormones in check. I have to let me know. BioChan, by a number 1, how many women have their hormones in check? Like, you can have a conversation with a man without trying to like jump his bones and stuff like that. Like, we're not 20 something years old. I mean, me personally, I've lived my 20s. Like, I have lived them. And I understand that I can walk out of this house right now. I'm a female with a hoo-ha. Like, I can literally walk out of this house right now and go to whatever place I want. I can go to the freaking grocery store and you know, jingle this and have somebody to come home with. I mean, come on, let's face it, we're women. And it doesn't matter how ugly you are, right? It doesn't matter how pretty you are. It doesn't matter about shit. You're a female with a yuha. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, you're going to get something if you want something. You see what I'm saying? Everybody knows that I'm being honest. Even the guys out there, it doesn't matter. You know what? Ugly chicks have been, you know, been getting it since, when was beer invented? Right? I mean, seriously, we're women. We got the goods. Like, unless you want to be Rosie Palmer and her 5 sisters every night of the freaking week, you need us. Let's face it. You need us. And guys, it's not like you don't even know you need us. Like, your house is trashed. You don't know which direction you're going. You don't even know how to cook a fucking meal. You don't know how to balance a checkbook. You know shit. Literally, let's face it, guys. You guys are helpless. The reason why you respect women, well, my kind of woman, is because 1, she would beat the ever-loving shit out of you if you disrespect her. Let's be honest. My kind of woman would be willing to go to jail over disrespect, just saying. I follow the law, though. You're good with me. But I'm just saying people like me. Right? I mean, it is 2022. We can wear a freaking paper mask and put put fake hair on us and still beat the shit out of you and prove it. Prove it, bitch. This is not comedy hour on the Bullhorn Betty Show. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Right? But let's be honest. Come on, guys. I know there's a lot of guys watching this right now, and you know damn well if you are with a woman, she is the reason why you are still ticking. And if you're not with a woman, I guarantee your ass is home depressed why a woman will not deal with your bullshit. Take some advice from Bullhorn Betty. Take some advice from Bullhorn Betty. If a woman pays you like just a little bit of attention, that means she cares about you. Okay? If she's 40 or above, that means she likes you a lot more than Carrie. Okay? Because the younger people, they don't really give a shit about that shit, right? They just want to make sure you're going to be there. And if you're not there, there's like, fuck you, go on with your bullshit. I'm moving on to the next guy, like Tom, Dick, and Harry, right? So we know that about the younger group. But the people that are older, 30, 30s is probably still about the same as 20s. But when you're getting to your 40s and above, you're done with all that. You're done with all that. So if a woman's paying you any ounce of time and you're being disrespectful to her, and then you're going to sit there and cry about how no woman wants to be with you, yeah, it's probably on you, dude. Just say, I don't know. You just got Bullhorn Betty on a bad night. She's a female. She's going through female problems, and she's got a bottle of freaking wine. So if any other female is out there like me tonight, throw some thumbs up in here. And don't forget to like this video. Because I'm telling you, after spending 3 weeks in Savannah, Georgia, with some dirty-ass cops, dirty-ass politicians, and a dirty-ass judicial system, and knowing my friend is now going to go through that process, Dolly Vision, by the way. He is my friend. Let's be honest. Dolly is a friend. What constitutes a friend? What constitutes a friend on the streets of YouTube? What constitutes a friend on the streets of YouTube is meeting them in person, first and foremost. And those out there in this community know who I've met in person. But it's not just meeting them in person. It's having a fucking disagreement with that person and them keeping their mouth shut and keeping the shit behind the scenes, right? It's like literally every person I meet on YouTube, I almost want to have an instant freaking fight with them to see where their loyalty and their integrity is. Seriously. You have watched me go under immense bullshit. Immense. You guys, whoever's been around here longer than 6 months knows exactly what the hell I've gone through. And it was horrible. And you guys loved me. And you guys helped me push through it. You helped me push through it, right? The hell is my vape? Right? I'm like freaking out over this vape now. Give me a second. Oh, and all you haters, stay tuned because you might see me freak out. Wouldn't you love to capture that? Wouldn't you love to capture me lose my shit on YouTube? Wouldn't you like me to see me lose my ever-loving shit on YouTube? Stick around. I might just do that, right? Because you guys got me so flustered, right? You guys have been attacking me so much about my past, which I don't care about, neither does anybody else. But stick around, haters. You might be able to clip this. I'm just saying. I don't know much, but I think you probably should stick around because there may be a lot more to clip. And we would not want you to lose on your payday, right? Because without Bullhorn Betty, you would literally not get a fucking paycheck this month. So stick around. Stick around for Bullhorn Betty to make sure that you get your paycheck this month. Because I don't have to worry about just my bills. I got to worry about yours too. Sit still. I did find my vape. It was right next to my wallet that had $100 bills sticking out of it. And it's not like those $100 bills. And this is the crazy thing. Like that nasty cabbage chick, that tight shirt dude that does nothing but complain about everybody else. By the way, this chick right here is in his own state and has not even sponsored one flyer for this child. He has not sponsored one banner for this child in his own state. In his own state. Yes, this is a true story. But I helped coordinate it. There is my girl right there, Mallory. House of Williams is in the house. God bless you, girl. You know everything I'm saying is true. And I have to be honest with you, Mallory. I have to be honest with you because I don't lie. I lie sometimes. I shouldn't say I lie. I omit certain things if it's not directly asked. I will never, ever lie because I'm to the age that I don't really give a fuck what anybody says about me or does with me. So if you ask me point blank, so-and-so, 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 I would either tell you I'm not answering that question, right? I mean, that is a choice for a grown adult, is that it's none of your fucking business. Or I would tell you. But if I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you. Now, the sneaky thing that Bullhorn Betty does is depending on what comes out of my mouth and what my motivation is, I may omit certain facts. But I'm not law enforcement. And I'm not saying it under oath. Let's be honest. Right? I'm here. I'm spending thousands of dollars to go. If I want to do something my way, I will do it. And I expect my audience to embrace it. Right? I didn't say they have to agree with it. I'm just saying they have to embrace it. We need Olivia and Dolly. Julie, are you kidding me? We need more than that. We need more than that. Like, I really, truly believe that we push that police department to its brink. They didn't know whether they were coming or going, and they were doing everything wrong. They're about to get themselves in a big lawsuit, but by the grace of God, I am not that much of an asshole, but I will be. Absolutely will be that much of an asshole because I am a true professional, and whether people want to dog my profession or not, I am legit media. And they blocked me from being at a legit press conference. And they kicked out Fox 28 in an effort not to address me. I have a huge problem with that. Out of everybody in that room, I am the only person that has been seen around the world. I am the only person that has been seen on Lifetime News. The only person that's been seen on Peacock. I'm talking about standing there. Now, if Olivia and Jonathan were standing next to me when this was taking place, then I can say that we were all three, right? But they were not there. The only person that was there was me. Believe me when I say my face has been seen around the world. I have given interviews to France. I have given interviews to Japan. I have given interviews to China. I have given interviews to Australia. There is not one credentialed media in Savannah, Georgia that has the credentials of Bullhorn Betty. And then put Marissa up there. People want to dog my girl Marissa. Listen, she's a sister from another mister. I don't care if we get in the biggest brawl in the fucking history of YouTube. I don't care if I swear her a C, a B, an A, whatever other letter in the world. She is my sister from another mister. And if you know anything about sisters, you don't get into a fight. It is just best to keep your mouth shut. I don't ever foresee me and Marissa ever getting into another fight. You know what? We had our little tiff. It's done. It's over with. We know where each other stands. We know each other as a person. We embrace each other as a person. We support each other as that person. And we propel that person as the person. Even through all of the fights me and Marissa have and have had, I've always carried her pen because it's a valued piece of me. It shows the people the importance that she has in my life, even when we're not getting along. You know what that's called? It's called fucking integrity. That's what that's called. Could I have come out and just said horrible things about Marissa and done the, like, let's be honest. She could have came out and said a hell of a lot worse than she said about me, right? She gave me $600 for that trip, or $300 for that trip, or whatever she gave me or donated to me, or I think it was $600 between me and Olivia. I don't know. It may have been $600. I don't remember. You give me a tip like that, you call me a fucking cunt every single day of your life. Right? But it doesn't change the fact that she was out there with us. It doesn't change the fact that she hates freaking gators, snakes, and everything freaking else, but she was out there in the freaking woods with us. And when push came to shove, she got a mouth from the freaking South. She my girl. And if anybody has a problem with that, I don't give a fuck. At this point, I don't care. Like a year ago, I may have been worried about my numbers, my stats, and I don't give a shit anymore. Like, I don't care. You like me or you don't, baby. What you see is what you get. If you hate it, tune it out. If you love it, turn it up. That's how we roll. But I can guarantee you, out of all the vitriol and hate you have for me, there ain't no other bitch out there fighting for these children like I will fight for these children. I have gone up against a freaking police chief that is corrupt as hell and would rather throw us in jail than the person that hurt a 20-month-old child, and I don't care. Willing to do it. You know why? Because I know if I go inside that jail, you guys are on the outside of it. And there is nothing anybody in Savannah County can do to stop me. What's the worst thing that can happen? I go to jail? For what? Protesting that the police chief won't arrest a woman that's done heinous crimes to a child? If that's what I got to go to jail for, okay. Okay. We're good. I guarantee you that would be one charge that every person on the internet would forgive me for. I just don't care. It's because our cause is much bigger than the noise. At one point, the hate got all the attention, while the people that were fighting for these children got zilch. Now you're finding the tides are turning because people are sick and tired of hearing people bitch about the people that are actually doing something for these children, while the people that are bitching do literally nothing. Who gives a rat's ass about these people bitching? Like, right? Like, I'm sure that every person, we have almost 1,000 people in this chat. I'm sure that every 1,000 person in this chat could literally build a channel on bitching. How hard is that? How hard is that? I gotta say, I'm not hot under the collar, but I did have some cocktails. Have to be honest. I did have some cocktails tonight. Am I intoxicated? Obviously, I'm not intoxicated. You guys are seeing me here live in real time on Facebook. No, I'm not. Am I intoxicated? I would say I've had a drink. I went to Anna Marie Oyster Bar. I had one rum and Coke and Kaboom shrimp. Like even my freaking receipt. If somebody pulled me over and said, "Are you driving drunk?" It's like, no, but I did have a drink at the bar. Having a drink at the bar is not a crime. Getting behind the wheel of a car under the influence of alcohol when you're not able to control that vehicle, yeah, that's a crime. Why did I go to the bar tonight? Why did I have a rum and Coke? Could I have had a rum and Coke here? I could have, but I don't have rum. I mean, I do have vodka. I could have had a vodka and Coke, vodka and Diet Coke, vodka and Coke Zero, vodka with Dr. Pepper. I could have made something work here. Why did I go out? Because I needed to get out of this freaking house. I'm Bullhorn Betty, and life gets to me too. These cases get to me too. I was just with Brandy Neal, literally not even 45 days ago, telling me she feels her son is still alive, and we are having heavy equipment moved into one of her neighbor's backyards. I hugged that woman. People on YouTube that never leave the seat of their office or their studio or whatever they want to call it, whether they bash me or not, they will never get those experiences. They will never get the experience of truly holding a victim, fighting for them. The people I fight for know my background. They know I have no problem picking up a bullhorn and making somebody's life a living hell. The people that reach out to me are desperate for answers and desperate for their loved ones. That's why you don't hear criminals reach out to Bullhorn Betty. You would never have a Leilani or a Billy Joe ever reach out to me. You will never hear them reach out to Dolly Vision. You will never hear them reach out to Marissa or Justice or ICU or Olivia or JLR. They will never reach out to those people, ever. Not one criminal that has ever done any atrocity on a person will ever reach out to us, ever. Why? Why? I'm so angry tonight. Like, even the wine I've drank, like I had a drink down at the Anna Marie Oyster Bar. I had another one drink at, I don't even know where the hell I went. It's right down the road. Tommy Knockers or whatever. Beautiful people, by the way. Beautiful people. But why? Why do you think that these people would never reach out to us? Betty, you are as hot as the word burning in Stone, Northern Michigan during a blizzard and a Am I that hot? Do I need to drink more often? Is that what makes me hot? Am I appealing because, like, like wine makes me a little flush. Like I could probably put down a 12-pack of beer and walk straight, talk straight. You would never even know I was drinking. But give me some wine, 1 or 2 glasses, I'm done. Like done. Which reminds me, I need a glass. My glass is on the dresser. I grabbed this glass. This glass is a little more dusty. As you can see, it's not really wiped down very well. And that's because it's been up. But it's been, upside down. So that means the inside is good. It's just you want the outside to look as good as the inside. But I'm sure this is going on the clip channels. I'm sure people are going to say that Bullhorn Betty had a meltdown, or, she was drunk, or whatever they want to say on here about Bullhorn Betty. No, it's not that. It's that I've worked my ass off for a solid freaking month. I was in front of this horrible, despicable home of a family. It's not one person. It was the entire family. That was despicable and disgusting. And they lied to the courts. They lied to the police. They keep lying. And they keep getting off. And I don't understand why. Because I've spoke to so many people in that area. And unfortunately, it's not like I like to say this. Remember, guys, everybody's spreading out that I'm affiliated with the Proud Boys, that I'm some kind of this racist individual that just hates people and whatever. The bottom line is you've watched me put together several events. Several. I have no control over who goes to them. None. I have put OK up. They say this is a white power sign. But if anybody knows me, I am absolutely balls to the walls of anything. Like I have been doing the whole OK, the whatever, the loser since I was a kid. If you tell me that saying an OK sign, which mind you, I'm a deaf person. Like I've got one ear that works, one ear that's completely deaf. I had to go into a system that taught me some sign language. Do I remember the sign language? Of course not. I don't remember the sign language. I have to be honest with you. I can do a few things, but I don't know a lot about sign language, even though I studied it. But the one thing I remember is when you said okay in sign language, guess what? It was okay. It wasn't some nefarious thing that I'm a white privilege, white power, I hate black people type things. As a matter of fact, it's completely the opposite. It's completely the opposite. I went on a whole tour that it was okay to say okay. Right? If people disagree with that, they disagree with that. They hate me for that, they hate me for that. But if they know me, they understand exactly why I did it. Because I think it's absolutely, completely insane to now change the okay symbol that we were all accustomed to as children. We probably see our own children doing that. And to think our children or our family are racist because they did something that they did since they were a child. And all of a sudden in 2017, that changes. I was born in 1979. Are you effing kidding me? Something changes in 2017 and you expect me to comply? Call me a racist. I'm still not fucking complying. Still not doing. And you know what? If the shoe was on the other foot and they said that, one or saying peace was some kind of racist comment for the black people to the white people, I would tell them the same thing. Kiss my ever loving ass. It's a wedge issue. I'm not getting involved in it. I will always say it's okay to say okay. And I will always campaign for that because I'm sorry. I was a freaking kid. When you're telling your kid that you taught okay was okay, and now you're telling him because he shows that sign, he's a racist? I'm sorry. Being a racist comes from the heart, the body, the mind, the soul. It doesn't come from a signal or sign, a sign language or nothing else. It comes from who you are as a person. And anybody tries to change that, you make your own decisions. I can promise you that half of my family is Mexican. I can promise you that 2 of my grandchildren are mulatto. I can promise you that many people across this country are just like me. We have a Heinz 57 family. we're not really the PR kind of bow down, kiss the ass of PR, or, you know, the new and upcoming of what's horrible in the society today and how we, you know, we're not that. I'm not going to ever be that. I will never be that. You know what I am? I'm law and order. I'm law and order. You break the law, you should pay for the law. You know why? Because I broke the law. And you know what I did? I paid for it. When people lied on me, I went to court and fought it and won. You never see me beat up a cop. You never see me violate a person of the court. You never see me perjure myself. Even in my addiction, I never did that. You know what I did? I defended myself. I defended myself a lot because I had a horrible time picking men because of the life I lived. I picked men that abused me. I picked men that used me. I picked men that hurt me. I can't say that it was this guy or that guy because it was literally everyone I picked. You want to know why I'm alone? It's because I keep still picking the bad apples. I haven't found one person in this world that has ever made me feel good. Ever. I made this, if I can find it. Probably not going to find it because I believe things happen for a reason, but it's something that I wrote. Let's see. It's on here. Oh, I do have a copy. So I'm going to read this to everybody because I've got, you know, it's a year later. I'm Bullhorn Betty. You know what I'm saying? I'm Bullhorn Betty. I'm allowed to be strong. I'm allowed to be vulnerable. I'm allowed to be weak. I'm allowed to be whatever I need to be because if I'm like this, somebody else in my audience is like this. And you know what? It's okay. It truly is okay. We talk about these real life cases, but we have to talk about ourselves too. Because at the end of the day, these real life cases get to all of us. Not just me, not just you, everyone. And when are we going to address that factor? Because we go through emotions with these cases too. We go through the highs and the lows. We go through the guilt. We go through the pain. We go through these cases as if we know these children and as if we know these victims. We roll through these cases. We do. But this is one thing. I don't know if many of you guys know, but May of 2021, actually it was before that. It's about March of 2021. I started going through this. Like me and my husband weren't, like we had been sleeping in separate rooms for 4.5 years. We didn't fight. I mean, like not like we used to when we were out at the bars and getting drunk and doing things we shouldn't have been doing, which was the foundation of our relationship, by the way. I was in a bad spot when I met him. I have to be honest with you that my ex-husband did save me. He saved my life. He really did. He wasn't the same as everybody else. I know I talk about the abuse I underwent and the stuff that even Vince and I went through, and he scared me a few times, and I went to jail for it. He took money out of our bank account, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and nobody wants to believe that we had hundreds of thousands of dollars in our account. We had hundreds of thousands of dollars in our bank account when I met him. Okay. I had hundreds of thousands of dollars personally. He got into a wreck. He acquired hundreds of thousands of dollars. If I can tell you that again, we had hundreds of thousands of dollars between him and I in our bank account. And he would literally put me in jail, go to the bank the next day, and clean out every penny we had. I remember one time going up to the police station and begging them, please don't throw me in jail. I remember having my ex-husband drive me up there, and I remember being in tears, begging the sheriff to do whatever they needed to do with him. But I know if I went home with him, I'd be going to jail for something, because that was the kind of man he was. I could be sleeping and be woke up by a sheriff saying I touched my husband because I refused to give him my bank card. That's a true statement. My haters won't tell you that. They'll tell you I've been arrested I don't know how many freaking times. Why am I going through all this with you? Why am I even telling you all this personal information that will be wielded against me by my haters? Why? I think it has a lot to do with the fact that I really believe Michael Monkey Vaughn's not coming home. Because us as the creators, I mean, we have no conscience, we have no feelings. We have nothing, right? We're just here. We're just scripters. We don't care about these kids. We don't care about. I just saw Marissa in here. Thank you for being here, Marissa. While I'm having a complete, utter breakdown on YouTube, I appreciate you being here. Because you know what? Even everybody can acknowledge me and Marissa have had our problems. But you know what? At the end of the fucking day, I guarantee you, I call that woman. She is there for me. Out of all the people that I called to come out to support us, my sheet was low. I don't have a long sheet of people that I trust to work with. But you know what? You guys can say all the shit you want about Marissa. You can talk and squawk all the crap that you want. You guys watched a public demonstration of whatever that was. But you know what? When I was out there fighting for that kid, so was she. And let me tell you this. She came out there. If anybody knows anything about me, I love my people and I want my people to succeed. All my people, right? And not even, I shouldn't even say my people. I should say our people. Because they're our people. Even you guys are in, the circle. But there's only a handful of people that we can trust on YouTube, seriously. And despite all the bullshit that went on between me and Marissa, she's still there for me. And despite all the bullshit that went on with Marissa, I'm telling you, her fucking pen went with me on every fucking case. Every freaking case. You never see me really come out against Marissa. She needed to say something. She needed to get shit off her chest. That was fine. I loved her for that. I hated her for that at the time. Let's be honest. I don't like anybody talking shit about me. Especially when I was getting hammered. But who was sitting out there with me in front of freaking Quentin Simon's home? Who was fucking there? Many of people talk about JLR. I love JLR to death. He's like a brother to me. But everybody's trying to blame all this stuff with I haven't talked to JLR in forever. Right? Like I talk, like he'll say, if you know anything, and Marissa and I know Justin is in here, can attest to this. Like, you get one call a day. I'm down to one call a week. Like, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I love JLR. I think he's great people. He's a person that you have on your side. You don't fuck with him. You don't bring drama to his doorstep, which you know I already have. And he still loves me. But the reason why I only get one call a freaking week, right? But at the end of the freaking day, I guarantee no matter what, Marissa's got my freaking back. Justice has got my back. JLR's got my back, and Olivia's got my back. I know people are saying, what about Dolly? I love Dolly to death. I love Dolly to death. I really do. He's my dude. But if you ask me if I had to choose between Dolly or Molly, I'll give you a ride, babe. I'll give you a ride. But at the end of the freaking day, who is JLR person? Majestic, if you don't know who JLR is, he is my BFF. This is a man I have that is truly family. And not only just family, he's chosen family. Okay? He's chosen family. And probably not the person you want to piss off. Just saying. Just saying. Probably not the person you want pissed off. But I don't speak for him because I don't talk to him. I have no association with him hardly ever anymore because he's dealing with his own thing, his own family. You know, he started up a whole entire new channel. By the way, got already 11,000 people. Pretty freaking awesome dude. Okay? Weird as hell. I'll give you that. Weird as hell. But, you know, when it comes to my circle, everybody's fucked up. Marissa, at least give me a thumbs up for that one. You know I ain't lying. I ain't lying, girl. Everybody in our group's fucked up. Everybody. You, me, the whole freaking neighborhood is fucked up. Why am I being so real tonight? Because I'm on alcohol. Right? Why is Bullhorn Betty going fucking nuts tonight? Because she had a glass of wine. She had a glass of wine, and she realizes one of the kids that she was out looking for may not be making it home by Christmas. So if anybody has a problem with, anybody wants to clip this, clip it. I don't give a shit. I'm a fucking human being, and these are freaking kids. And if you don't think it fucking hurts, just a click and a view, just money, right? Just money. Well, let me tell you something. I live off $1,000 a month. I don't need money. Am I appreciative of it? Yes, of course I am. Am I appreciative of knowing that I can go out and like literally take a trip? If I wanted to leave right now and go on a breaking news right now, I can get up and leave. Do I have comfort in that? Yes, I do. Thank you, YouTube, for that. Oh, I forgot to go through the list. This is the list. This is the infamous list. Now, I shit you not. Look at the date. That is correct. This was 14 days before Summer went missing. This is 14 days before Summer went missing, and this was almost 3 months before I came into true crime. Yeah, I've been looking for a guy that long. Not just any guy. The right guy. And I keep thinking, you know, I mean, you guys may not know this, but I have dated a few guys. Why does it sound like I haven't dated a few guys? It's because they weren't worthy of talking about. I talk on this channel all the time about empowering women and making sure you never have to live with a guy that ever hurts you again. You have value. You are worthy. But like for me, because of my, you know, it's like the experiences. So anybody that dates me has to understand I do not like being ignored. And I definitely don't like feeling like a burden. You know what I'm saying? Like those are there's a few things that will kill any relationship for me. It doesn't matter how great they are or whether it that even exists. But if you make me feel it, it exists. So this is what I wrote, and I wrote this literally 2 days after my husband left this home. Like I had already talked to him about how I had to pray a lot. Many people don't realize I'm a very Christian woman. The divorce was like the Antichrist for me. It was horrible. I felt like a failure. I felt like I was going to be cursed by God. Many people don't like, I literally lost 60 pounds getting a divorce, 60 pounds in 2 months. Yes, it is possible. Like my skin was literally loose on my body. That's how much, because I was praying so much. I was fasting. I didn't know what to do. I never had an affair on my husband. I was very loyal to him. Did he have an affair on me? Yeah, at the beginning of a relationship, he was caught having an affair on me. But do I think he had an affair on me after that? No, I don't. I really don't. Because, we were acting like, if he wanted to have an affair, 4.5 years of not sleeping in the bed with your wife, granted, nobody would blame you for that. The man didn't do it. If he wanted to do it, he didn't. But here's the qualities. And this is what I'm talking about to all my females out there that are going through the same thing I'm going through. Trust me, I could literally, I was out tonight having cocktails at a bar. I smell like cigarettes. I could have literally picked up probably at least a half a dozen men there or a dozen men. If I so chose, right? If I so chose and I wanted to have a, wild night, I am a female. I do have all the equipment necessary to have a wild night. Men, on the other hand, have a little bit of a harder time having a wild night willy-nilly, right? Women really don't have that problem. Let's be honest. Please stay civil. So Mama Bullhorn says, please stay civil. Don't fuck with Mama Bullhorn. Mama Bullhorn, meet Marissa. She's the other chick that acts like me, but is on steroids 10.0. I was kidding, Mama. Marissa's a good person to have me for. But all right, let's go through this. All transparency. I'm sure I'm going to be clipped. I'm sure I'm going to be dogged. I'm sure I'm going to be hated for being a female on the streets of YouTube and speaking my feelings. I'm sure that I should not be doing this. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be crucified for it. But what makes it worth it is that if I can help one of you guys there, it is like literally 2:00 in the morning, then it's worth it. Because everybody keeps saying, hey, Bullhorn, why aren't you with somebody? We heard you're number 32 for Dolly. We heard you're the wife of JLR. We heard that you, were seeing BK. We heard that you broke the Glaire's heart. None of that happened. So on June 6th, this is literally the day after I kicked my husband out of the house. June 1st, 2021. I wrote down the qualities I was looking for a man, because at this point you have to understand I have been single for 4.5 years prior to my husband moving out of the home. And I was single for another 1.5 years after that. So you're talking out of a 12-year relationship, 7 of those years being in isolation and all by myself. But I was married, and that's what married people do. They don't, if you want to leave, you leave, but you leave with everybody knowing you're leaving. That's what I did. Qualities: confident, but not arrogant. The very first thing, like these things, I don't know if I wrote these in order intentionally or, it's one of those things that happen for a reason. But I'm going to read these things just to make sure that people don't think I'm adding stuff in. There are 20 items on my list. So those haters of mine that really like Bullhorn Betty, here is the list to steal Bullhorn Betty's heart. So you have to be confident, but not arrogant. You have to be smart and witty. You have to make me laugh. Someone who can take charge, but still wants my input and knows when to let a woman handle it. right? There's a lot of, ups and downs with that. A partner to take on the world with me. Someone that accepts me for me. Now, mind you, that is a loaded statement. Somebody that accepts me for me. I come with a horrible history. I come with an I don't give an F attitude. I am definitely an alpha female. So I need somebody to take me for me and love me for who I am. Because at the end of the day, I'm genuine and I want the right things to happen. Someone who lifts others up. I didn't say lifts me up. That lifts others up. Someone that explains when I'm wrong instead of yelling. If anybody knows anything about me, I don't like being yelled at. I don't like being shouted at. I don't like being left alone. I don't like being felt like I'm left alone. And I don't like feeling I'm condemned because of a simple mistake. So when I'm wrong and I accept it. But you don't need to scream me in my face for it, because I'm the type of person that when I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong and I apologize. A lot of adults out there don't acknowledge when they're wrong and damn sure never apologize for it. I never have to worry whether they lie or not because they're truthful even when it hurts. How many people wish that the person that they were with, even past relationships, no matter how horrible it was, if they were the one that told you, things would have been so much different. If they would have came to you and said, I did this, I did that, you would have probably been really, really pissed off. But would you have screamed to the top of your lungs? Would you have broke the TV? Would you have thrown him out of the house? If he came to you and said, look, I'm really sorry, I made a mistake, here's what happened, would you have been mad? Yes. Would you have kicked him out of the house? Probably. Would you have broke the TV? Maybe not. You see where I'm going? Like, you could have dealt with it, because at that point, the person you're with is honest, truthful, has integrity, and admits when they are wrong. So you know that when they say they're wrong, they're most likely wrong. But when they say they didn't do something, at least you know they didn't do it, because you have them admitting to the most difficult thing in their life, and they told you the truth. So, number 9, I've never had from any man. I have to be honest with you. No man has ever been honest with me about jack shit. I'm 43 years old. I've been through several relationships. I have been beaten more times than I have told the truth. Even the friends I have right now, if it came down to their hide or mine, they would lie to my face. Number 10, kind-hearted and treats me like a lady. What is kind-hearted these days, right? What is treating somebody like a lady these days? These are a lot of things that men are missing. Clip channels, because Bullhorn Betty, this is Bullhorn Betty's meltdown. You guys been waiting for the meltdown on YouTube. I'm not crazy like, the lightning tiger guy, where I want to get zapped in the neck with, bolts of stuff. That's not my breakdown. My breakdown is finally, like, you guys have broke me. What do you guys want from me? You guys have brought up decades and decades of issues in my past. How does that change who I am today? That only bolsters the fact of who I am today. It only explains why I am who I am today. Not one of my haters ever told you how much money I spend going out to these cases. Not one hater of mine has ever told you, out of all those arrests that they say that I was arrested for, which the number is absolutely untrue. But out of every single arrest I have, they have never once come out and said that I was not guilty, that I actually went to court and was found not guilty under the law. Not one of them will tell you that. Not one of them will tell you that I almost lost my life. Not one of them will tell you that even in the grips of my addiction, I never stole a thing from one person. In the grips of my addiction, I literally sold everything I owned, but I never, ever prostituted myself, nor did I ever steal a dime from anybody. I was that kind of drug addict. Like, I knew that this was not my life. I knew I needed to change it. The addiction took me for 6 months, I would say, to a year. I keep saying 6 months, but the 6 months preceding that 6 months was something I can never explain. But anyways, getting back to the man, these are my healthy boundaries. I talk about, we talk about the language of letting go. This is probably more of a female session than a male session. But if you're a male and you're listening, you might as well see what grabs the women's hearts, dude, right? Like, if you're really an upstanding guy and you have a injured woman, this is probably the show for you tonight. Because I guarantee you, every single woman in this chat room is injured. They're injured by whatever affected them. We are all here in silence, but together. And we see these babies dying left and right from these despicable parents. And what the fuck are we supposed to do about it? Seriously, what the hell are we supposed to do about it? I get on my bullhorn, I'm bashed. I stand up there in solidarity, I'm bashed. I spend $1,000 for flyers and banners and stuff, I'm bashed. I'm bashed. Someone that explains when I'm wrong instead of yelling. That's where we left off. Never have to worry about whether they lie or not because they're truthful, even when it hurts. I have never found that. I have to be honest, right? Like, we're a bunch of women here. Granted, there's probably a man or two or even a woman that wants to break me down, and so what? I don't listen to their shit, nor am I going to go on to it. And if they want to beat a woman down, God bless them. If that's what makes them tick, if that's what gives them purpose in the world, then tear every single woman down that threatens you. Because at the end of the day, even with this breakdown on YouTube, I guarantee you tomorrow is going to be bigger and better. Why? Because I'm a human and I don't give a fuck about your damn feelings. I got feelings too. Clearly I do. But we know a man's never going to be truthful, right? I mean, that's like, if we get a man like that, keep that man, marry that man, like take it, like literally get him down the aisle as quickly as possible, because I'm telling you, in the real world, men do not tell you the truth. Unless they are like metrosexual or totally in love with you because you got that of a thing. Expect your man to lie. Now, all those good men that are out there that don't lie, sorry, you're getting a bad rap. But you lie. I got trust issues. So all those, raise hell, eat cornbread guys out there, I know you guys are good-hearted country men. And you know what? You're good-hearted country men. You guys need to show that good-hearted country men. I'm telling you, you guys are few and far between. You open a door for a lady. You treat a lady with respect. You make a lady feel like they are, you wake up thinking about them. You go to bed thinking about it. You don't let your lady know that. You're failing already. But you love the woman you're with and you're too scared to show her? Are you effing kidding me? Are you wanting the love of your life to walk out the door? Seriously. Because if not, who gives a rat's ass about everybody else? Let her know you love her. By the way, BHB dating app is open, but the reason why BHB dating app is now available to the general audience is because we don't want to connect assholes with assholes, right? We want to make sure that this right here, if a significant other saw that, would call and report their significant other. Like, we don't believe in child abuse, whether she gives you good head or not. This is disgusting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And not only that, but you guys only see me literally intoxicated under alcohol once a year. Right? When was the last time you see me drinking? Back in February of last year. I'm drinking tonight. And you guys are going to have to accept it. Mama Bullhorn, I love you, but I'm allowed to have a break every now and again, and I'm allowed for it to be public. So we're going to give them something to talk about, because we know we have to fill their bank accounts too, right? If it wasn't for Bullhorn Betty and Dolly Vision and Marissa and Justice for All, some of these creators wouldn't be able to put food on their table. And that's serious as a heart attack. You think these people want to come after us because they don't believe in our cause? No, you watch even that 777 chick give me, what was it, $50 or $60 that evening to tell me how despicable I was? That's her supporting our cause. So even these despicable ass people are supporting our cause. However, they have to make a buck for themselves. Their audience hates Bullhorn Betty. So Bullhorn Betty, which has been known around the world, and no matter what they say, is a legit media person, right? All that makes you legit being a media person, even if even Bullhorn Betty, like the Bullhorn Betty channel right here, right now, I could put a press badge together because this is what we do. This is our entity. This is the practice that we do every single day. There is no dispute that this channel falls under news and falls under the First Amendment freedom of press. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I no longer need the press badge from U.S. Press Corps. I don't need it anymore. This channel is now established well over a year. We have more audience than the local news, and I get paid for the services I provide. That is the classic definition of a media personnel. I agree that she is pathetic, GP. I do believe that, absolutely at the end of the day, she's absolutely pathetic. She is sad in her own life, and she lies about her credentials. She said that she's a pediatric oncologist. I call bullshit. I talked to a pediatric oncologist. I showed them the texts of this woman, and they said there is no way that personality is derived from a pediatric oncologist, because they told me specifically a pediatric oncologist wouldn't give a fuck about you. That's what they said. That is exactly what my friend said to me. If they work for a pediatric oncologist, they wouldn't give a rat's ass what you say, how you say it, or where you go. Because their patient is a child, and they don't have time to get in the drama. So everything that lady has said to her audience is a lie. Because if it wasn't, again, she wouldn't even have a YouTube channel. Because a pediatric oncologist, or somebody that works for a pediatric oncologist, that is their job. Not disparaging a YouTuber. So she's a liar. And not only that, but I have not found one license in her name. You go and look up Bullhorn Betty, you see several licenses, from insurance to medical to, you see a lot of them. I had a lot of licenses in my wake. Still possess a couple of them to this day. So the other one was kind-hearted and treats me like a lady. We discussed that. Every woman should be treated like a lady. Now, if you're not being treated like a lady or your man is disrespecting you, dude, if you choose not to leave, that's on you. But I can promise you that you are a beautiful woman and you do not deserve to be treated like shit. You don't deserve it. How did this all transpire from Quentin Simon? Because Quentin Simon was treated worthless. And there are many of you that were treated just like him as a kid. A lot of my audience is still harboring pain from their childhood. They're still harboring pain. Oh my God. I want to cry right now. I love all you. I wear my big girl pants and I can love people I don't always see eye to eye with. We're individuals. Compassion and authenticity is what I care about. I'm dying. I choose you to be my company in the final days. Oh my God, lass. Thank you so much. I wish I could say I'm behind you all in my life and what comes after. Thank you, Betty, Molly, Justice, and the community. I don't know what you're struggling with, lass, but I can tell you that if you ever need any, I will be there. If you're really going through something that's going to take your life and you just want a friend, I'm happy to be there for you, babe. I really am. Nobody deserves to feel alone. So what brought Bullhorn Betty to this point, right? Clip channels, get it. You guys can clip the shit out of this. I don't care, because at the end of the day, you know you feel just as shitty as me. After some of these cases, you feel like you're not worthy. You don't have a spouse. You don't have a significant other. You have literally nothing going on in your life, and you choose hate over love. And that's the difference. My whole world can fall the F apart. Can literally fall the F apart. And I'm still willing to help somebody else. That's the difference between me and you. You never, ever hear me come after you. You never, ever, and trust me, I know who most of you are. And you guys have horrible backgrounds, horrible situations, but you never, ever hear me put you on blast. And that's the difference between me and you. And that will always be the difference between me and you. I can have a relationship completely fall apart, fizzle the fuck out. Literally, just, you never knew it was there. You never knew when it was gone. Nothing. That's the difference. You have a relationship that goes bad. The whole effing YouTube streets know about it. I could be talking about Quentin, but what's the point? Might as well keep talking about myself, right? That's what the haters would love to put up on the billboards. I'm almost done with my bottle of wine, so I'm pretty intoxicated at this moment. So, I mean, eat your heart out, right? What do I have to lose at this point? What does it matter, right? So let's talk about some of the things that I'm looking for in a person. So if there's any good guy out there, right? I still can't believe Lost did that. Holy shit. God bless you. You have no idea how much that means, because that means another case. That means a plane ticket. $400 is a fucking plane ticket for me somewhere to help another family, help another case. Do I help the families and the cases the same way? Of course not. I would never, ever, ever in a million years treat Brandy the way I treated Billy Joe. Why? Because Billy Joe was the reason this happened in the first place. And if you do not believe me, I don't give a shit. If it wasn't for Billy Joe, Quentin would be alive. Quentin would be living life as he should if it wasn't for Billy Joe lying to the court. I hate Billy Joe. I hate Leilani. You can never, like even Don Wells, I could sit across the table and have a conversation with. You put me across the table with Leilani, Bullhorn Betty would be sitting in jail. And I wouldn't be sitting in jail for ripping a bullhorn out of her hands. There's a reason why I do what I do, because I have to. It is my positive outlet, so I don't come unglued. But getting back to my life problems, not everybody else's, right? Because we got to take our mind off all the negativity. Like I'm literally up at 2:30 in the morning with a live that's been going on for 2.5 hours. I think I'm due my bitch and my complaint. I stood up for 9.5 hours in front of Leilani's house talking to you while other bright people were telling me I was on a vacation. Meanwhile, Bullhorn Betty has been single, even though I'm fucking every person on YouTube. I've been single for a very long time. But for those that are interested in what is Bullhorn Betty looking for in life, click channels, click this, because you know what? Somebody's going to see me and you're going to clip me and you're going to sit there and bash me for being emotional and all this other stuff. That's okay. Just get this right, okay? Would you get this right, please? So at least the people that are hearing you bash me may consider me as a possibility, you know, because I'm sick and tired of being alone. I've been alone for about 5.5 years now. Let's put that in perspective. I think I'm past the whole getting over using people, you know, whatever that whole, you know, cycle is. Me, you guys know it. I don't know it. It's my first divorce. My first divorce. But let me read this in its entirety and you'll get it. So number 1 is confidence, not arrogance. So that's like literally the biggest thing I have, right? Confidence, not arrogance. Smart and witty, makes me laugh. Someone who can take charge but still wants my input and knows when to let the woman handle it. Like there's just some things that men should not be handling. Step back, let the female handle it. They will be more effective. A partner to take on the world with. Like I need somebody that has balls. Like I've got fucking King Kong size balls. You guys all know it. I have no problem telling anybody where to go or how to get there. I can be absolutely 100% professional, but I can absolutely be 100% ghetto too. That is the flexibility of me. I love it, right? At the end of the freaking day, don't ever think I don't know who I am. Being who I am, being Bullhorn Betty, don't ever think I don't know the power I possess. And all these haters out there may be saying, oh, she doesn't have any power, any power, any power. I'm a one-man show. I don't give a rat's ass about anybody. If I feel like something is right, I do the right thing. Why? Because it makes me feel good to do good. I will never ask permission to do what I think is right. If I have to pay a heavy cost for doing the right thing, believe me, I will pay that heavy cost, and every single person will support me on that if I'm in the right and my heart was in the good place, right? So takes charge but still knows when to let a woman handle it. A partner to take on the world with. I need somebody that is right there in sync with me and ready to take on the world. I cannot deal with, I can't deal with a normal person, right? Because a normal person doesn't know YouTube. YouTube is a very specific place for very specific people, and you can't have a relationship unless they understand the grips of YouTube, period. If you want a successful relationship, like, you know, even that nasty cabbage bitch, her husband's going to get tired of it. He's not in it. He doesn't want anything part of it. He's happy with the little paycheck she's getting here and there. But I guarantee when he finds out what she's doing behind the scenes and what she's saying behind the scenes, he's going to be done with it. That's the difference between a righteous woman and a non-righteous woman. I would never do that. I would never be going to run off with BK or anything like that. It ain't happening. Okay? He's disgusting, by the way, and losing a lot of weight, which is a bad, bad sign. But, you know, I wish him the best. I hope he gets help. I don't want to be burying him. I hate him to death, but I love him all the same. It's not somebody I would go to his funeral, and I cry at funerals, and I do not want to be crying over kitty. That is an embarrassment. He shouldn't be dead to begin with. But if he dies, I will cry. I'm sorry. I'm just that kind of bitch. And no, I do not believe that chick that died was his sister. I believe it was a great friend of his, but I think he deceived his audience and saying it was his sister. It was one of his drug buddies that he booted up with a lot of times. It was his sister, not his sister. And I'm sorry, but if you're that close to her, then you probably sold her the drugs that put in her arms. And I'm sorry, BK, but you can call me a bitch and you can call me a lot of things, but I never did that to my friends, ever. And that's something you're going to have to live with. And why am I saying that? I don't know. I'm just Bullhorn Betty. I don't know a lot. I'm stupid. I never have to worry whether they lie or not because they're truthful even when it hurts, right? We just discussed that. I am unapologetically truthful, and that has been a lot of my problems to my friends, my family, everything. Because you ask me a question, you know, I give you a truthful answer. I'm not one of those people. Your ass looks big in those jeans. I'm the bitch that tells you your ass looks big in those jeans. Okay. I just want to let you know, I'm that friend. I'm not the friend that you want to, you know, I'm not the safe space and coloring book friend. If your ass looks big in your jeans, I'm that friend that tells you your ass looks big in that jeans. I'm not that friend that lets you walk out of the house with your ass looking that big in the jeans. Okay, I'm not that friend. I'm the friend. I'm like the real friend. When you put your makeup on all cattywampus, I'm that woman that tells you, go fix your fucking makeup. You're not leaving this house with me. Right? You disrespect your husband in front of me. I am that friend that tells you, you just emasculated your husband in front of your best friend. You need to take your ass in there and apologize. I'm that best friend. We like big butts and we cannot lie. What? I hear BT 2.0 has my ass as her emoji. She can't use the burnt toast emoji from what I hear. Oh, and that's all my fault too. Even though I haven't talked to the person that's done this in months. Seems like she, you know, took a chip off his shoulder. Me, I don't give a fuck about her. I don't care. She is inconsequential to my world. A lot of these people are. I'm just having a moment. I'm having a sad moment. I've got 2 monkeys, and my monkeys don't seem like either one of them are coming home. I knew the one monkey wasn't. But today I got slapped with a dose of reality. And I started thinking, what can I do? And I realized how weak I was. And I made this whole entire story since everybody's been talking about Bullhorn Betty and Jimmy Jams and Marissa and everything else. You know what? Screw it. If you're going to be talking about me, I think I should be talking about myself. If you're going to be making money off my story, it better be my fucking story and not your story for me. You want to know how effed up I am? I am pretty effed up. Are you fucking kidding me? I came from freaking Fruitland, Idaho, covering a case of a little 5-year-old boy to go home for a week to come and cover a case of a woman killing her kid that's 20 months old. But hey, you know, Bullhorn Betty's sane. Got it together. And never mind the fact that the police chief out in Savannah, Georgia is fighting us tooth and nail, right? Because we don't matter. All that matters is those despicable people that put their hands on these little children. You're more likely to go to jail. Like when I go to jail, and you don't say if I go to jail in Savannah, Georgia. I'm not saying that. When I go to jail in Savannah, Georgia, it will be a fucking badge of honor. And if anybody has a problem with my language or anything, I don't give a shit. Mama Bullhorn, I'm in a raw moment tonight. I'm sorry, Mom. Thank you for being here. I know you're still in chat and you still are probably praying really hard on your knees right now for your daughter. And I get it. And I probably would be too. I probably would be too. But it's all about healthy boundaries. I never have to worry about they lie because they'll be truthful even when it hurts. We've already said that 3 times, right? What man does that? None. There is no fucking respectable man out there my age that is truthful. Or that would rather tell me the truth than lie to me. And I'm sure many of you from all ages are experiencing the same thing. It ain't happening, folks. But what I can say is I'm Bullhorn Betty and I have a lot to fucking offer. And anybody who ever wants to throw that in my face, it's their problem. And once they throw it in my face and I have to accept it thrown in my face, the chances of me and you again will never be. Ask Anissa. Ask White Rabbit. When you cross me and I even forgive you and then you stab me in the back again, I'm done. I love both of them. I still do. And I forgive both of them. But White Rabbit, Anissa, fuck you. And then fuck you guys some more. Because you know what? You were my friends. You were my friends. And even when you stepped into the Kool-Aid, like my best friend of 18 years wouldn't have stepped into that Kool-Aid. I even gave you guys a free pass and said, you know, I'm just stepping away. Gonna get a breather. Gonna relax. I already let everybody know once you cross me that way, the chances of you being, it's not like it's impossible of being back where you used to be. But it takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of integrity, character, and class to get there. Because I give myself freely. Any person that knows me out there can tell you and attest to you, I give myself freely. You want to be my friend, I give you 100% of my friendship. Keeping that friendship is the hard part. Me giving you that friendship, me giving you me giving you my time, that's free. I give that to each and every person that comes into my life. I do. Without reservations, without regrets, because each and every person deserves to be handled on their own merit. What you did to Joe Blow last year or the year before has no consequence to me. You being a wonderful person has no consequence to me. I don't care if you did the most fabulous thing to Aunt Millie down the road. I could care effing less. If you stab me in my back, that good deed you did to Aunt Millie means nothing to me. Nothing. So let's go over the qualities. Now, remember, we're already past, so we're almost 18 months in to the list. I've never discussed this list in my life, ever, ever, ever. And why I'm doing it tonight, I can only say it is the Moscato that is making me. I think it's just the fact that I really just don't give a shit. I've watched people tear people apart. I've tore people apart. But I still thought Michael Monkey Vaughn was coming home. I don't think he is now. So am I cracking up a little bit? Yeah. I deserve it. And so do you. Not only that, the clip channels need some money, right? Let's give them every penny they deserve, right? Because we don't have hearts. We're just robots over here. We don't give a shit about our victims. We just pick the bones off of them. You know, every penny I've ever spent on these cases, it was worth it. It was worth it. Every penny. I'm fucking broke. I'm extended on my debt. I've ran my credit cards up. You know, people want to tell you that I made $40,000 and then they want to turn around the next week and say, oh, but she's being sued for her credit card because she can't pay fucking shit. Well, which is it? Am I making the million fucking dollars or am I broke as hell? Come on, haters. Figure it the fuck out. Because I'd like to know. Right? I mean, I'd like to know. Let's talk about what I've been through. Like, am I rich or am I poor? Please tell me. I don't know which way I'm supposed to go this day. I haven't even been served. Listen to this, guys. I haven't even been served with a lawsuit on this credit card that was ran up 5 years ago to save my husband's business, which I did. Every penny. And again, I tell everybody that everything that was bought for my husband's business, I purchased. And I handed it all to him to save my home. And he pawned it all literally in a week. Our whole entire, everything I worked for, pawned in a week. And people are coming out here and saying, oh, but she's being sued by credit card. Well, you just said the week before, I was so freaking rich. I was picking the bones off these children. I made $40,000 off these kids. They explained to me if I made $40,000, why I can't pay a $2,500 credit card bill and why I'm still driving around in a 2011 Equinox with almost 200,000 miles on it. I'm so rich. Might be part of the reason why I'm cracking up tonight. So all the haters in the clip channel stick around. I'm pretty sure this is not the last of it. And not only is it not the last of it, I'm still not even done with my last glass of wine or my vape. So stick around. I'm going to play a song because I'm drunk. And we're having a moment. And I'm pretty sure my mom is like ready to kill me. And I really don't care. I love you, Mom. I really do love you. You're the backbone of everything that I deal with, and you're the reason why I'm living, and you're the reason why I'm able to have this breakdown, right? Like at the end of the day, I mean, I'm allowed to have a breakdown. I never had a breakdown before, but it's kind of feeling kind of good. Like I feel like I'm purging things. I feel like I don't feel like I'm purging shit. I gotta be honest with you guys. This shit sucks. I don't even know where all this came from. I really don't. It's just, I think it's, the tractor trailers, the shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to explain it. It really does have to do with Michael Monkey Vaughn. I can't lie. It has absolutely everything to do with this little boy because, oh my God, I'm ready to fucking go off on this shit. All right. Well, you guys don't have to listen to Jesus Christ. I gotta pee. So you guys are listening to statement again. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. Are you kidding me? It's not even fucking playing. All right, guys. Well, I'm sorry. I did try to put the thing on, but it didn't play. So we're back again anyways. So how bad is tonight? You need to get out. No, I do not need to get out. I need to stay in because I'm drinking. We don't go out and put ourselves or put anybody else in danger. I just had a bad night. Like this whole thing with Michael Monkey Vaughn, like put me over the edge. Again, many people don't think that us as creators have feelings or feel or anything. You know what I feel for? I feel for Randy. You want to know who I truly feel for? I feel for his mother that went through unspeakable acts upon her without even the one scintilla of receipt to back the bullshit up. I am angry because I knew long before anybody ever even accused Brandy or Tyler that it was somebody in that damn community, somebody living in plain sight that had that boy. It took them 200 and some odd days to finally come out and say that boy was abducted. You know why? Not because they didn't think that this boy was abducted, because of the stigma. The statistics, which I cover over all the time, the statistics of these things, right? But you know what? If I'm going to listen, my bullhorn is like my flower. All right? My bullhorn is like my flower. It's only seen by special people. It's only used in special times. I may be Bullhorn Betty, but my bullhorn is my flower. And if you know anything about Bullhorn Betty, like outside of high school, like there ain't a whole lot going on here, babe. There's not a lot going on here. All right. I'd love to have that steamy, Dolly Vision, street cred, where you can bounce from bedroom to bedroom and shit like that and it not fade you and shit. I'm not like that. That's guys. It's not females. It's easy to be fake. It is truly, it's easier to be fake in this world than it is to be for real, for real. There is not too many people like me. There are never going to be a lot of people like me. Because while everybody is so worried about satisfying your needs and everything else, I just don't give a shit. You support me for me. You trust me for everything. I am worthy of being trusted. And when I violate that trust, I have to deal with the repercussions of that. But I can promise you, I am losing my shit on fucking YouTube. I'm truly losing my shit on YouTube tonight. And I'm sure, without a doubt, that the trolls are going to capitalize on this like there is no tomorrow. And I don't care. Because at the end of the day, Brandy got fucked. Think about that. When your only friend on YouTube is Bullhorn Betty, I'm not friends with anybody. But when your only friend is Bullhorn Betty, you got the short end of the stick. Because unless you are a child, diddler, unless you were a child abuser, like I'm your best effing friend. But this family got the short end of the stick. I knew they got the short end of the stick. And I didn't even come out for them. And I'm ashamed of that. I am absolutely 100% ashamed. And you know why I didn't do it? Because I didn't get a chance to talk to Tyler. I didn't get a chance to feel his vibe. I didn't want to be wrong because of the haters. And guess what? I don't fucking care anymore. Why the hell would I care about somebody that has to hang on every single one of my words? I don't need to hang on their words to make a buck. You know what makes me my bucks? You want to know the big secret of YouTube? You want to hear the deep, dark secrets of how do you make all this money? You be genuine. You be authentic. You tell the truth. Believe it or not, people on YouTube fucking respect that shit. They respect the hell out of it. People don't like me much. I mean, some people love me. Scorch earth, like, you lay a hand on me, they're going to jail for your death. Like, I got freaking, fans like that. Like, don't fuck with me. Even Amy M, she don't even like hearing me say the F word. Mess with me. Amy M, she's a lover, man. She's a mama bear, and I'm her cub. Like, just like that. But why am I coming out here? One is I'm coming out here like this because my haters tell me I'm not allowed to be personal with my audience. I'm so sick of hearing I'm not allowed to be personal with my audience. I'm so sick of hearing if I say something, I'm going to have my personal life plastered on the streets of YouTube. Are you effing kidding me? My entire life, every indiscretion I have ever done in my life is present on YouTube. At this point, what does it matter? Like, I could run down the street fucking naked at this point. I have no care in the world. If I ran down the street naked right now with every YouTube professional on the block, they would turn their head and say, who cares? You know who beated me up the most out of all this is me. You know who didn't beat me up the most out of all of this that I went through for the last year is my audience. I was more concerned about my audience than my audience was concerned about the allegations. I'm dealing with a lot this time around. I really am. As many of you guys know, we've went over 20,000. I haven't even reached 1 year on this platform yet, and we're over 20,000. Like, that's amazing. What I didn't expect is this case. I have to be honest. I didn't expect this case. I expected her to be in jail by now. But seeing these abuse on these children and knowing her mother knew about it, like, I just want to seriously, I want to make them feel everything that this child felt. Quentin couldn't even formulate words yet, guys. Like, he was that small. He was 20 months old. If you know anything about children, it's like 18 to 24 months when they start learning to talk and formulate sentences. And he couldn't even formulate sentences. But the one thing he knew was he did not want to go in his mother's custody. Every time his mom came over, he would cry. And people want to say a whole bunch of shit about Danny. I don't know the man. I will find him. And Mama of Danny, I'm Bullhorn Betty. And if you want to ask me why I'm coming to look for your son, which I am coming to do, it's because he is a witness in a case that I'm covering. And it would be my suggestion to you that you nor him lie to me. Because if you know anything about me, I don't give a shit when it comes to these cases. I don't care about me when it comes to these cases. I don't care about what's going to lock me up when it comes to these cases. You know what I care about? Danny, if you're listening, I care about the truth. I want to hear you. I will help you and I will protect you, but you will not lie to me. And your mama ain't coming to your rescue, babe. You're a fucking grown ass man. Tell your mama to shut her mouth and to go in her room. Because at the end of the day, and everybody knows I love Mama Bullhorn, but even my mama knows when to step out of my shit. So I would suggest your mama know the same playing field. I will give you a fair shake, but I have a lot of questions. And I will find you. And if you don't want to talk to me, I'll just bring my bullhorn to your front door. So you might as well just talk to me. So all those clip channels, pass that around. A message from Bullhorn Betty. Don't fuck with me. All right. Now that I'm over everything, now that I feel vindicated, I feel relieved, I feel like some pressure is off my shoulders. You know, I really feel like we can do something for this child. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm telling you, Michael Vaughn's got me messed up. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I was just there with his mother, like literally not even 60 days ago, telling me that she thought he was alive. She felt these good feelings. But you know what? At the end of the fucking day, everybody wants to talk about Lana. Everybody wants to talk shit about, listen, Lana didn't know this family. Lana is a Bullhorn Betty, right? She saw this family struggling. She knew something wasn't right, and she stepped up to the plate and helped this family. That's what Lana did. She did not know this family before. She did not know this family after. She knows this family because she believed in this family. If it wasn't for Lana Westbrook, now mind you, that horrible person that everybody wants to beat me up over, like BT wants to say that I'm the cause of every single problem she has on YouTube. I'm the cause of it. I'm not the cause. Even that same person went and said some disparaging remarks against Lana Westbrook. I had an opportunity to speak with her. And trust me, even though I didn't record her, right? Like, who records people? I record certain people. Like when BT calls me, believe me, that fucking recorder is on play, right? But friends, people that I'm talking, no, I don't record them. Despite what all these haters say about me, I do have integrity. Lana was a person that wanted to know why things weren't going the way they were supposed to be going in a case. And through her perseverance for this child she never knew, made her stumble into those same person's parents, i.e., Brandy and Tyler. Did she know them? No. Does she have a reason for protecting them? No. She is not a Cher. She is not a Cabbage. She is not a tight shirt asshole. She literally wanted to help Michael and whatever that came with, and that meant his parents. She was the only person fighting for Michael's parents. The only person. You know what she asked of me? She didn't ask me to believe her. She didn't ask me to believe all these other people. She didn't ask me to believe the family. She didn't ask squat a Bullhorn Betty. She didn't ask shit. She brought Bullhorn Betty into this situation that could have brought a bullhorn to the front house of the woman she was asking for help for. That's the reality of the situation. I'm half cocked, right? Don't ever investigate anything. Don't know what I'm talking about. You know, I'm just out there for clicks, views, and everything else. So why did I not blow up Brandy's front yard? Why? always wrong, don't know what I'm doing, never investigated a case. So why did I not go in front of Brandy Neal's house with my bullhorn, stirring up a whole bunch of shit? Right? Because that's all I do. Bullhorn Betty only goes and stirs up shit according to every Tom, Dick, and Harry that ain't getting a blowjob from my mouth, right? Blowjob Betty, right? I guarantee if it was actually a BJB, right? Guarantee I wouldn't have any complaining customers, right? Sorry, Billy Joe, you can't say that. Sorry, every other cocksucker in America can't say that. But I can tell you, you know, even though people gave me Blowjob Betty as a name, they never had the experience to give the name, right? Just saying. Like any asshole that comes out now and says, hey, that's Blowjob Betty. And you're going to be like, okay, she's getting some street cred over here, right? Problem was, I've been locked away from home too long. Like, right? I can't stand up to the name Blowjob Betty. I just ain't getting enough D, right? Just not getting enough D. I'm really not getting enough D. Probably a reason why this. And by the way, I'm PMSing. So anybody that wants to clip this, let's say not only did BHB have a freaking meltdown, she's PMSing and she hates men and is a, what the hell do they call the females that eat the males? What the hell do they call them? It was like literally right on the top of my head. Praying mantis. Praying mantis. BHB is. I have to be honest with you guys. I am pretty intoxicated. I wasn't intoxicated when I was home, but I'm definitely intoxicated because my whole entire bottle of wine is gone. Like I am, you ask me if BHB is intoxicated. Yeah, I'm intoxicated. But I have to be honest with you. I'm a sucker for love. And at the end of the day, it's not about my love life. But we haven't even gotten through the list. Like, there's only 20 items. I think we got through 10. Like 11 is, no, I think we got, yeah, I think we're at 10. Kind-hearted and treats me like a lady. It's important. You got to treat your females like a lady. Does kind things for no reason. Look at that. You know how I always talk about on my channel the acts of kindness to a perfect stranger? I even expect that from the person that dates me, right? For no reason. Needs to have a deeper relationship than physical, right? Like, I'm tired of the blowjobs. I'm tired of the, non-emotional sex shit. I'm not saying that for me. I'm speaking for my audience. Clip channels, for the love of God. Let's not make it like I don't get any. I do get some every now and again. I just don't like what I get. I ain't liking what I'm getting. Maybe put that on there. Put a for sale sign. Bullhorn Betty is for sale, right? You guys want some clickbait shit, right? You want to dog me? Just, throw the P up there, right? Say the P needs some D. Help Bullhorn Betty out, right? What's going to happen tonight? What's going to happen tonight is I'm going to say something and people are going to think, oh my God, Bullhorn Betty's drunk. She doesn't know what she's saying. I do know what I'm saying. I'm not that drunk. And yes, I'm sick and tired of being home alone. So, what can I say? Everybody keeps thinking me and Dolly are this item and stuff. If you haven't noticed, we're not. Outside of all the lies and deception that you heard, is the guy a good guy? The guy's a good guy, but he's a fucking stoner. He cannot make his decision from 1 minute to the next. You get literally, I'm going to do this to I'm not going to do that from him, literally in 5 minutes. Somebody like BHB can't handle all that. Like, I like plans. I like things in a nice, organized manner. I'm a fucking Virgo. All right? I love Dolly to death. He is a BFF. I've got his 6. He is like a brother to me. Don't fuck with him. Because if you fuck with him, you're fucking with me. And you really don't want to tango with me because, like, unlike him, I don't have a problem suing a motherfucker. Listen to this shit. True story. This chick, Constant Suze, I'm giving you the plug, bitch. You know it's eating me alive to give you this fucking plug because I can't stand your motherfucking ass. And excuse my language for every person that's praying for me right now for saying motherfucker. Right? God bless me. This bitch has put me through the fucking ringers. Now she decides to do her due diligence. Now! A year fucking later. And it's like, you know, Savage was like, oh, okay, sorry, that horrible bad cabbage was like, oh, so-and-so got arrested for this. And then what do you see? Like, I didn't even know this chick was a friend of mine, right? Because, you know, she's been so bound and bent and determined to destroy me. And I have been saying the truth for over a year. And here I'm having to listen to her saying, oh, yeah, she was arrested for that, but it was dismissed. Just like every other charge she has. You know, like it's irritating her for her to have to say that. But at least she's looking in and at least she's being smart and at least she's actually realizing everything I've said has been the truth. I haven't lied about shit. Can you imagine a woman that hates me that much that she flipped out and cried literally on White Rabbit's channel because I was like, what have I done to you? And she could not explain one thing I've done to her. Literally, I'm not looking at her background, right? I'm not calling her college to find out if I don't care about her. Like if she lived another day tomorrow, if she literally dropped off the face of the earth tomorrow, people are going to be saying, well, you're so horrible. No, I really don't care if that woman lives or dies. I'm going on the record as Bullhorn Betty on the Bullhorn Betty channel at 3:19 in the morning and say if Constance Suze literally died tomorrow, I would probably have a fucking party. The list doesn't seem so important anymore, does it? But Kind Heart treats me like a lady. Let's just run through the rest of them. I mean, there's only 7 more left, right? Not like anybody on YouTube knows how to follow these or is worthy of my time anymore, right? Because everybody fucking leaves me. And at the end of the day, that's what it is. Everybody wants to blow smoke up your ass, how I'm living with my mama, how I'm using this person, no. At the end of the day, I'm here all by myself. Why do I travel this country? Why not? That's the question you need to be asking yourself. Why not? Should I sit home without a fucking roof and be depressed? Or should I be out there advocating for a child or a victim? In my opinion, I should be advocating. I shouldn't be bitching about my own personal problems, right? Because those don't matter. I mean, I'm supposed to be a fucking robot that has no feelings, and I'm supposed to do all my work for free. So why should I even stay home for this house I'm paying for when I shouldn't be paying for it because I'm supposed to be working for fucking free? All right, the last one is, the last ones are, does kind things for no reason. What man does that, right? Fuck me. Need to have a deeper relationship besides physical. Which man are you going to find to do that? Like I read this list, and now that I'm a little older and wiser, remember I wrote this in 2021. We're in 2022. I'm kind of thinking I need to be a fucking lesbian if I want half of this list to be checked off. I'm not even gay. But if I even want half of this fucking list, I got to sleep with a woman. Because you ain't getting this shit from a man. Tells me I'm beautiful. Oh, I got a lot of people telling me I'm beautiful, right? Got a lot of people telling me I'm beautiful. But which ones are going to not just say it, but actually, right? Dependable and stable. When the fuck have I ever met a person that was dependable and stable other than myself? That's why I take care of myself. Wants to work together to build an incredible life. Simple things that a woman wants that no man can fucking comprehend. Faithful will break up before sleeping with somebody. Who the fuck do we know that will not sleep with a woman before they break up with the other woman? Never. Nothing. Never. Ever. Ever. They're fucking dogs. If you want a real life, go with a fucking pussy. Because these things that they call themselves men ain't got a fucking dick that works. Or a fucking brain that works. Let's be honest. All right. I think my haters got plenty from me tonight. I went out to Savannah to find a little boy. That little boy was murdered by his mother. Everything since that boy was murdered from his mother has been our fault. It's been our fault that the community rose up. It's been our fault that people from out of town decided to come out and be wholly disrespectful to that child. It's our fault. It's our fault for everything. I don't know what I want to do or how I want to get there or whatever. All I know is that Michael Monkey Vaughn, it sounds like we're getting pretty close to finding out what happened. And the best way you can support our channel is donating to Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal. Because I can guarantee you, for me to fly to Sarasota, and you can look this up all day long yourself. Like, I ain't lying. You know, no matter what my haters say, I don't lie. It's going to cost me $800 round trip to get out there and back. If you guys want the content from Fruitland, Idaho, other than the work I've already done, I need probably about $1,000 to get out there. So if you guys would like to sponsor the trip, the round trip ticket is going to be over $600 to $700. If you want to buy it for me, I'm happy. I fly out of Sarasota or Tampa, whichever's cheaper for you. I never look a gift horse in its mouth, but I can tell you this family needs us. And I have a funny feeling it's not going to end well for Michael Monkey Vaughn. And if you want to know why I'm fucking freaking out, it's because it's not going to end well for Michael Monkey Vaughn. And this fucking neighbor. Dude, are you effing kidding me? Smiling in that fucking family's face for over a year while you tortured their kid? Let me touch them. Let me be AT&T, folks. Let me just reach out and touch someone. Please. Sit over it, stew over it. I don't care. We've been on for 3 hours. My haters got enough to go off of. And if you want to know what the hell's going on with me, hey, you know what? It's Saturday fucking night. I'm drunk and I'm depressed. Okay? And so what? What are you going to do with it? Beat me up because I give a damn about these kids? Do what you got to do. Do what you have to do. But I guarantee you, the people on YouTube are wisening up each and every day, and they are tired of it. They'd rather have people with heart and feeling than no feeling at all. And with that, you guys do whatever the hell you want to do with it. You want to be fearless, be fearless. You don't want to be fearless, don't be fearless. You want to do something for these kids, do something for them. You don't want to do something, I don't care anymore. I don't care. You know what I care about? Is that no matter how you feel about it, I will continue to do what I'm doing. And with that, have a good day.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.